Hello everyone, Atram here, and, well, first off, webcam. I'm in the flesh. You can actually see me. I know, super scary. We're confused by it too. Or at least, I'm confused by it. But, you know what? We'll get used to it. I'll get used to it. I need to stop referring to myself in the, third person. Whatever. You know what I'm getting at. So, today, we're playing a different sort of game. I know. Again, shocking. Weird shit's going on today. I don't even know what I'm up to anymore. At the very least, let me introduce you to our game for the day. Playing the Stanley Parable. You may have seen other people play this before. Maybe not. If you haven't, this will be hilarious. If you have, it could still be very interesting. You never know. Worth a shot. So, I would try to describe the game to you, but I've only played like 20-30 minutes of it myself. Yeah, so we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna just kind of go for a little while and, you know, try to enjoy ourselves. So let's get started, shall we?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk,
I think I can do that.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
So Stanley's a psychopath. Gotcha.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I got up from my desk and stepped out of my office, apparently. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The meeting room? Where's the meeting room? Well, must be this way. It's fairly linear, so it must be this way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why the left? Why not the right? This right door looks very pleasing. Why does this left door automatically win? I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, alright, let's follow what the narrator says. For now. This must be the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Do not alter without
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
whiteboard
Stanley
manager.
decided to
They have
go
a
up to
whiteboard
his
manager?
boss's office,
Really?
hoping he might find an answer there.
Weekly targets and... Okay. Get Chris out of broom closet? What? Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Okay. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Number of slides on the slide. What? The heck? Okay. Let's keep moving. Oh hey, here's that broom closet. It's just a broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs? Fine. Be that way. I'll walk upstairs to my boss's office. That's not my boss's office. Oh wow, he has some really nice digs up here. Oh, it's impressive. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office,
What?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Not
Shocked,
an indication
unraveled,
of any
Stanley
human
wondered
life.
in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What
There's
he could
dark
not
secret
have
being
known
held from me?
was that the keypad behind the boss's
What?
desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so
Terrible
the
truth.
boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
What?
But of
What?
course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
What?
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
Okay, fine. We'll just go with you, narrator. 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Stuff is moving.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Random newly opened passageway. Okay. An elevator. Spooky elevator. Let's take a ride on the spooky elevator. That seems like a great idea.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
I get to question the nature of my job?
When for years it had never occurred to him.
Why would I want to question the nature of my job? Apparently I really like button pushing. I don't get why I'd want to question the nature of my job. Does that mean I'm supposed to question other stuff?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
They couldn't be any more blatant with that one if they wanted to, could they? Mind Control Facility. Ooh! The escape. Maybe we should walk down the escape. Anyone want to walk down the escape? Let's walk down the escape path. Screw the mind control facility.
This
That's all I'm
passageway had the
missing.
word escape written on it. The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Wait, what? Why would I meet my violent death? That seems really bad.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't know. I mean...
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I don't want to die, though. Dying's uncool, man. Let's go back. Screw that. This narrator says I'm gonna die if I go that way. I do not want to die. But wait, I don't want to go through the mind control facility either. That just seems silly. Why would you want to go into a mind control facility? You know what kind of random shit they're gonna do to your brain in there? Holy crap, man. Freaking... I'm probably dead if I do, dead if I don't. It's gonna suck.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Do I really have that much to live for? I don't really think so.
Nope. Still on board with death?
Apparently I'm still on board with death. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm gonna go back to the mind control facility. We'll actually see what happens. But I'm scared. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Random creepy panel floating in the middle of nowhere.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have
Why
the
are there
strength
3 random
to find
platforms
out?
you know, up in the middle of nowhere? And what are all these buttons? I like pressing buttons.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their
Hey,
true
there's
nature
427.
revealed.
That'd be me
Each bore
right
the
there.
number of an employee in the building.
Hey, that's
Stanley's
my
co-workers.
office.
The lives of so many individuals reduced
Can I go back to my
images on
office,
a
please?
screen. And Stanley,
I'm
one of them,
confused and worried by this
eternally
location.
monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What's that one? Is there an error on the screen? What the hell? Alright. Let's keep going. We'll keep going. Press that button. Whoa.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really
Why is
been
my
under
office the
someone's
darkest
control all
office
this
in the
time?
entire place?
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Probably.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
and
in
death.
someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't
it really unthinkable?
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire
Felt
life
dark.
utterly blind to the world?
Probably. I mean, he does
Here
like to
was the
press
proof.
button.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this
Random
very
red
place.
ring of doom.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I would? Why would I want to do that? I think I was supposed to be listening to the narrator there. System power. Okay. On. Off. On. Off. Well, I could very easily just press off. But fuck it.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah, I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of them and
Yeah, I
build
did.
for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah! Yeah, I want control!
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
I am?
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I
Don't
believe
I?
you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
I did
In
what?
the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
Wait.
detonators are
Back
set to
up.
explode,
Back up.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until
Explosion?
detonation then?
Stop?
Let's say 2 minutes.
What?
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your
Off,
time to
off,
shine.
off,
You
off,
are the star. It's your story now.
Oh, God.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Oh, God.
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
5?
No time to talk about you, about me,
That is
where we're going.
I don't know
All
what
this
I'm doing.
means, I barely know where to start.
Incorrect.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right. I'm in a good
521 all over
mood.
this
Die
room.
anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased
Activate
them.
button.
I turned
hint
off the machine
green.
and set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
Oh.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the
2,
ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make
Fails it?
sense of everything and take back
I
the
don't
control
know.
wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it
I think
go.
he's gonna kill me.
And I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Wait, what?
My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
What?
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what?
You are?
The hell with
You
it.
sadistic
I'm going to
bastard.
put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious
thank you.
seconds, Stanley.
I guess.
Time doesn't grow on trees.
Wonder.
Oh, dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Let's see.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
I saw button 4 up there. Let's just press them all in order.
That something in this room was capable of turning it off. I mean, look at you.
3.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door.
4.
Everything, anything. Something here will save me.
Yeah.
How do you think that, Stanley?
Yeah.
So this video game can be beaten?
Something will save me.
Soul? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
He's laughing at me.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing
Console
instead of
disabled.
watching a cutscene because
Enable
I watch
backup
you
power
every moment
activate.
that you're powerless.
How the hell do I do that?
Made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Console disabled.
Destroyed first, so you
Voltage. Press.
take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have
Oh
left.
God.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending. Just you being.
Oh God, I'm gonna die.
Desperately to your frail life. Or will you
I'm
let it go
gonna
peacefully?
die.
Have a choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me.
I'm gonna
All part
die,
of the journey.
man.
And believe me, I will.
I wanna turn it off.
Second of your inevitable life from the moment
Oh
of
God,
fading
I'm
until the
gonna
moment
die.
I say, happily ever after.
Ooh. Ow. I think I died. I think I died. What the hell, man? They killed me. Those bastards. I'm back in my office. Well, let's do a quick run through and see if what happens when we do it the right way then, I suppose, right?
Thought, how amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
Wait, what? He's talking to me differently.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. Whatever you say, Mr. Narrator, sir. Let's just keep moving. I don't really actually want it.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah. Let's go up to the boss's office.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Yeah.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm moving. Quit your whining.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Apparently the narrator watched talk for a moment or two.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
That was interesting. Narrator was getting pissy at me. Alright, come on. Let's go. I got a life to lose here. Come on now. So they want me to turn the damn thing off.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Blah 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 blah. We already went through this. We're just not gonna die this time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
television screens, my screen's somewhere over that way, etc. Raising platform bridges. We've got some high-tech stuff going on here for a place with computers that are just huge.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom...
Eternally monitored by this narrator. Seriously.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Probably.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring
guy that
job?
was fired.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
That's number is
Never.
pirate?
It was unthinkable.
Really?
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Well, duh.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Can't I just, like, walk out
or
this
sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once.
And it's all black. All black. Is it actually doing anything? Hello? Hello? Is there... Oh, I see a little light. You see the light? I see the light. I don't know if you see the light, but there's a little light.
Blackness.
Lots of
and
blackness.
A rising chill of uncertainty.
Lots of blackness.
Was it over?
Was it? Could it really be over?
Yes.
Wow, that was quick.
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
There were a lot of puzzles unsolved in there. They're like, why do I take the left door? Why don't I take the right door? What's with the broom closet?
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber...
I mean, come on, they have a random room just labeled in bold letters, broom closet. They didn't even try to hide it. There's something up with that broom closet.
Perhaps his goal had not
just like there's something up with that right way.
But to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Why is this giant building in the middle of random countryside?
Stanley stepped through the open door.
I mean, look how big that door was. Can I even see the side?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I can't do it.
The feeling of liberation. The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Was it?
Stanley was happy.
Was I really happy? I don't think so. I feel like there was more that I should have done. Well, interesting. What? Why the hell am I back in my office? Didn't I just win? Why am I back in the office? I don't get it. I thought I just won. Why? No. You know what? Screw you, Mr. Narrator. We're gonna do something different. We will do something different. Next time. Next time, we will do something different.